Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here and welcome back to the Railway. Recently one of my viewers called Robert sent me this box in the post, and the label on the box said that it contains N-gauge trains. So I decided to save it and do a video of me opening it, which is this video. So at the moment I have no idea what's inside besides some N-gauge trains, and that's very exciting. So to Robert, this was insanely generous of you. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do this, but I am really looking forward to seeing what's inside. So let's get started and let's find out. Alright, let's pop the lid, and I've noticed there is a letter in the top here, so let's take a look at this to start with. So this is a letter from Robert which basically explains what's inside here. So apparently there's a Kato N-scale chassis in here which I can 3D print a body for, I guess. It's got an HO scale boxcar with lights fitted to it, and he's included some light and battery packs, which apparently are Christmas lights, but supposedly they're good for lighting trains, so that sounds pretty good. He's also included an N-scale engine that might need some work, that's exciting, and some N-scale rolling stock, including some that have a British look to them. So thank you, Robert, that is very, very generous. And here it all is. So let's start taking a look at this. I think these are batteries. So these are the lithium batteries for the Christmas lights, I assume. So I'll use those. Bless him. That's very generous and thoughtful. Thank you for including that. Right, so I guess this must be the loco then that needs some work. And yeah, sure enough, it's missing its, well, the top of its cab. But there you go. There's a look at that. I will get my N-scale track out later on and see if this works. But I hope that this will be fixable. You can see that it's got a very simple mechanism inside and quite a nice looking motor actually. I think that might be a 5-pole motor mounted in there. So it would be nice to get this running, I think. And I suppose it would need a bit of 3D printing as well if I was to replace the... actually, never mind that. I found it. Wow, so it is complete. I'll just need to fix that on properly. Oh, well, it fits on nicely. And yeah, I should be able to get that back into working order, hopefully. And this weight here, I assume that's probably come from this loco as well. So more or less, it all seems to be here, which is very exciting. So there we go. Right, we've got, is this the vehicle with the lighting inside it? Well, it looks like maybe a caboose or something like that, but I noticed that the underframe appears to be die-cast. Look at that. So that's quality, isn't it? We've got lovely, beautiful metal wheels, which are very, very free-rolling, and a coupling on one end, which means that I could couple this up to some other N-gauge trains. And it does appear to have the same coupling as my other British N-scale trains, so hopefully that means that it's all compatible, which is great. Alright, so maybe this was the packaging for the loco I've already looked at. It's a little bit worse for wear, but I think it'll be okay. Right, let's take a look at this then. Ooh, so this is the Kato wagon, I guess. Let's see what it says. It's 8030, and that's all it says in English at least. So let me pop the lid and let me show you the accessories. We've actually got proper accessories with this. There you go. You can see some of the bits and pieces in there. Might leave them in this pack for now. But now let's pull out the wagon. Ooh, wow, Robert, this is awesome. So this is a slightly higher quality and slightly more modern wagon by the looks of it. It's got proper metal wheels again with what looks like power pickups. So again, I think I'll have to put this on the track and put power to it and see if we've got lights. I'm not actually sure which of these wagons is the one that Robert has lit, although I think the one that he's lit has the battery-powered lights in it, so maybe that one won't have pickups. But there we go, that is a lovely wagon. I'll keep that in its box, I think. Gorgeous. Right, let's have a look at that. That might be the coupling for that other caboose I have. So actually there is a coupling here for it if I want to put that back on. Okay, well that's good. Let's see what's in this pack then. We've got another Kato box. This is 11-106, and I'm actually not entirely sure what this is, but it does appear to be motorised. Is this the motorised loco chassis? It is. You can see that this bogie here is driven, and we've got a nice little cordless motor mounted just above the chassis there. So yeah, this is an N-gauge chassis. It really does look brand new. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, Robert. And I think we'll put this on the track as well and see if it works. And like I say, it looks brand new, so hopefully it will do. So that's awesome. Let's see what else we got. So we've got this box, and this box of rolling stock. Let's have a look at these lights then. Now, I did actually see some of these this Christmas over here in the UK. I suppose this set here has this tab in, which I can pull out and turn on. Interesting. That's a coloured set. So yeah, we've got some nice pastel-y coloured lights here. LEDs, the little tiny ones. And I suppose you could cram these into quite a small piece of rolling stock if you wanted to. And I've got quite a few other packs of these lights as well in the bottom of the box. Gosh, he sent me loads. So yeah, they're multicolour. Yeah, that one's multicolour as well. But I know you can get white ones, so if you didn't want the colours, you can buy white ones instead. All right, well, they are awesome. I think there's definitely some projects in there, and also another coupling. So I'm building up some spare couplings here as well. Okay, let's have a look at this then. Roundhouse Products, it says. HO gauge is the box, so maybe it's not the product on this box that's inside, but let's have a look. Oh, it is. It is. Oh, right. Okay, so it appears to have been smashed up a little bit. I don't know what this is, or maybe that's not actually part of the wagon. I'm not sure. Maybe it's supposed to be stuck on. I don't know. And the couplings are actually fitted to this wagon, even though there's a lot of them lying in the box. So yeah, hopefully it's not actually that damaged. Right, let's pull the pin and stick them inside. Stick the power pack inside and close the doors. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. I'll have to get this out next year at Christmas and use it as a festive looking wagon, because actually that is awesome, isn't it? And he's managed to fix the lights onto it in a way that they won't interfere with the wheels and bogies, hopefully. So hopefully that will run okay. Very awesome. All right, well, I'll switch that off because I don't want to drain the batteries. I don't think they'll last until next Christmas. And let's open the box labelled rolling stock. Now, this is pretty exciting. So I wonder what rolling stock we've got. Apparently some of this looks like British rolling stock, which is interesting. Let's see how I can open this up. Seems to be coming off slowly. He's teasing me with all this tape. There's real suspense building. Okay, okay. Wow. Blimey, he sent me tons. Look at all this stuff. My word. Okay. Well, let's take a look at some of this stuff. So I guess these might be the coaches that have this British look. New Haven, it says. Dining car. That is beautiful. Again, it's got metal wheels. Not in bad condition at all, actually. Let's have a look at the next one along. What's this? So that looks to me much the same thing. So we've got another dining car. Have we got more dining cars? I might even be able to build a dining train with all this. Yep, another dining car. So it's a luxury dining train by the looks of it. This one looks like the same. This one's a little bit different. This is the combine car. United States Mail Railway Post Office. Wow, awesome. So that looks, yeah, that looks like a British brake coach, really, doesn't it? I wonder if that's what it's based on and this is just being sold in the States as something else. Maybe, I'm not sure. What brand is it? Lima, yeah, so it could be then, couldn't it? I know Lima produced British stuff, at least in 00 gauge. Ooh, now that's nice. A Pennsylvania Pullman coach, Mountain View it says. So we've got one of those, that's beautiful. It looks like there's a few of these though. This one looks like the same sort of thing. Yeah, that's a slightly different coach. This one's for the United States Mail again, but yeah, that one looks good. Coupling's intact on that one, which is cool. And then this one, yeah, we've got another standard looking coach here, the Mountain View Pullman coach. That is really quite beautiful. One broken coupling on that one, but yeah, that should be okay. See what I can do. Should be able to give it a test at least. And then we got this. This is a wagon, Avison polypropylene it looks like, and we do have a bogie off this one. Hopefully I'll be able to put that back on. There's a little pin here, so I should be able to just put that pin back in, hopefully, and then make this work, because otherwise it's all here, the couplings are there. Yeah, that's a really beautiful and quite detailed wagon actually, so that's exciting. And then we've got two more items of goods rolling stock by the looks of it. So here we've got a box van. This is Frisco SLSF, and yeah, that one is in fantastic condition as well. It's not got a mark on it really, and it's also got a die-cast underframe and very high quality metal wheels too. Yeah, those look great. So again, I should be able to test that okay. And then one more item. Alright, we've got another van here. This one's also quite interestingly painted. Insulated cushion underframe, I guess. Does that mean it's used for transporting valuables and china and stuff? Things that are easily broken? I'm not sure. But yeah, again, all there by the looks of it. It's got its couplings, got its wheels. So, thank you so much, Robert, for all of this stuff. I'll bring it all in for you. There we go, that's everything. It's crazy how much he sent me. I never expected anybody to go this far to send me a present, but it's absolutely amazing, very, very exciting. And I think my next step has to be to get my N-scale layout up here, and let's give some of this stuff a test, see what works, and see what's going to need a little bit more work before I can get it going. Right, so I've set up the N-scale layout for the first time in 2024, and I've got the first of the locos on the track. So I've put the body on, I've put the weight inside it as well, which goes over the motor bogie, but that's all I've done. So if it doesn't work, obviously it's going to need some more attention, but does it? Let's put some power to it. Right, it's now got 3/4 power, and I'm not seeing any movement. Let's just nudge it. Oh, I heard some movement. But I don't think this is going to be running today without some extra attention. Can you hear that? If I get it in just the right position, it starts buzzing. Let's pull the body off. Up, 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 up. You know what? I think it might be about to go. It seems to be struggling to move itself. Why is it struggling to move itself? Okay, so I think that's going to be maybe a future video. Comment down below if that's something you'd like to see. I don't think it would take that much to get this going, but at the moment it's not just a case of letting it warm up and it'll be fine. I think there's a bit more to do than that, so we'll pop that off and I'll deal with that another time. Okay, next let's pop this beautiful Kato wagon onto the track and let's apply some power to it and see if it really does have any lighting. So here we go, power. No, I'm not seeing any. Oh yes, it does, They're just not interior lights, they're actually tail lights. So as you can see, when I power this, we get the red tail lights turning on the back, which is quite amazing because look how slim those lights must be to fit in there and not look like giant blobs on an otherwise nice and fine scale model. So that is very impressive. Working lights on what is a Japanese brake van, that would be my guess. Up next then, let's test this pretty neat looking Kato chassis and see if this one works. I'll be surprised if this doesn't work because it does look pretty much brand new. So let's give it some juice. Oh, yep, it's going. Let's send it off around the track. So yeah, it's going at quite a speed actually. It's actually a wonderful runner really. Very, very smooth, very sure-footed, but also rather speedy. So I think what I'm going to do is slow this down and just do a bit of a crawl test just to see if this can handle the lower speeds as well. So let's do a mini review style crawl test. Here we go. I'm easing it up now. Alright. So no, it's not going to be a crawler, but for the higher speeds, and even that speed really, it's nice and smooth. So it's a simple chassis, but I actually think it's quite a cool product. I mean, in 00 scale, you really can't buy that many chassis on their own. At least here in the UK, most mainstream models are complete. can't buy the chassis separately. So this is very interesting, and I would like to maybe in the future try and create a body for this. So if you've got any suggestions, please do pop those in the comments. But I think for now, we will move on. So I think now I'm going to try my first ever N-scale passenger coaches. So let me try and get these on the track, and I suppose I'm going to need something to haul them as well. So I might bring that Kato chassis back out and see if that's powerful enough to move 4 of these coaches. Bearing in mind, I haven't cleaned the wheels, I haven't oiled the axles or anything like that, so they may be a little bit stiff. They are feeling a touch on the stiff side. So it ought to be quite a good challenge, I suppose, to see whether it's going to be able to handle these. So here it goes. It does have a rubber traction tyre on one of its wheels, so that should help it, I suppose. But it does look awfully small compared with the coaches, so let's see if it's going to be able to do this. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, I don't think it's even close, is it? Let me give the Bachmann pannier tank a try, see if that's going to be able to do it. And really, this doesn't seem ever so heavy, not really much heavier than the chassis I've just tried, and it doesn't have traction tyres either, but I suppose it does have more driven wheels, so we'll see if I can get them to couple. Here we go, we got it. Ooh, it's close. It's close to managing. Let's try and give it a bit of a shove. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's going. Blimey. So it's a real struggle, and it stopped again. But I think I should be able to run these coaches then with some of the locos I've got, or at least this pannier tank. If I clean the wheels on them and maybe give them a little bit of oil, then I think they'll be okay. So that's a potential thumbs up. And when I get some more powerful locos than these, then I should be able to haul these with no problems. But they are staying on the track, obviously, which is good. So obviously no major problem with those. Alright, let's try it in reverse maybe? Nope, struggling. Right, let's try some of the other rolling stock. Right, let's try this. Well, I called this a caboose. I'm not actually 100% sure that this is a caboose, but I'll call it one just for the sake of argument. Have I got it on the track right? Nope. Right, so I should think this little chassis from Kato should be able to haul this. So let's just check that that's okay around the track. Not very good at putting these trains on yet, but anyway, here we go. Let's go forwards. Yeah, it's going to move that, I think. Come on. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's whipping round at quite some speed there, not coming off the track, even though it's going so fast. So I think that's a thumbs up. So that's another working piece of rolling stock, very nice. Right, let's try some of those other coaches then, shall we? Right, so here we go with the Pennsylvania coaches. I can only run 2 of these at the moment because more than one of them is missing a coupling, but I have noticed these, they're much more free rolling than those other coaches I tried. So I'm thinking the little Kato chassis ought to be able to handle these. Maybe not, because they are still very large compared with it, but let me make sure it's on the track right. And let's give that a little tug, see if that'll work. Struggling a bit by the looks of it. Oh, yeah, it's off. Right, so I think the thing with this Kato chassis is it's not really got any weight to it at the moment. So if I do create a body for it, it's going to have a fair bit of weight to it so that it will improve its traction. Because, yeah, even with those 2, it's struggling. So not supposed to run on its own, meant to run with a heavy body on it, which is fair enough. And finally then, let's do the freight wagons, and some of these don't have a brand on them, so if you recognise who made some of these, do let me know. That one is quite nice and free rolling. Yeah, that one's not bad. I thought that one looked a little bit rickety, but on the track it's actually fine. This, I've just put the bogie back on. I shoved the peg in. Oops. And yeah, it seems to be absolutely fine. So does it run okay? Let's have a look. And how free rolling is this one? I didn't really mean to couple it then, but it did, so fair enough. Yeah, that seems okay. I think I will have to use the pannier though. And then, yeah, this is the one. This Frisco one is the one that doesn't have a brand on it. So is it Kato? I don't know. Do Kato produce much stuff outside of Japan? Don't know. But let me push these together. Ah, goodness. Okay. So they're together. Let's now bring the pannier tank back and try and couple up to them. Oh, yeah, think it's going to move them. Well, pannier tank's not the best really. It's not that responsive. But it is hauling the freight. It looks very strange with the American freight or whatever it is. But it is hauling them and they do seem to be functional, which is awesome. So that's the last of the N-Scale stuff. A massive, massive thank you to Robert. No one's ever sent me such a wonderful gift before. And out of the blue too. I had no idea this was coming. So bless you, Robert, and thank you everybody else for watching. If you've got any tips on what I should do with some of this stuff, please do let me know. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon with another video. Alright, cheers folks. You take care.